Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to clangen with Moon Clan. Last time was very exciting. We had a bunch of fun stuff happen. Finally, we have a new king and queen, the son of Rowan Pelt and Sparrow Star is now the standing king with his new beautiful queen, Wheat Crawl, who we all forgot about. I imagine that this beautiful cat is just kind of reserved, calm, full of loyalty, but never really putting herself out there. And in some ways, I think that can make a really excellent queen because she won't take away from her king. And on top of that, she isn't going to be overbearing, which is great. Not that Rowan Pelt was, but she was very much a more active queen in what was going on. But now I'm excited. I want Goose Star and Wheat Crawl to have babies. Hopefully we'll look forward to that. Sparrow Star, who has now stepped down and become Sparrow Beam, which I don't know why, but I love that name, has decided, now that he is no longer king, that he wants to be with another cat who he's fallen in love with, kind of on accident, Tooth, who's a peasant. A peasant and royalty have fallen in love and decided to live their last days together. And there's just something so precious about that. We do have a little drama going on with Whisper Pelt. She is a bloodthirsty cat who has been brutally beaten by her brother in a duel. So her brother could become a knight, but now she will forever be a peasant. And she's not very happy about that. So now let's take a brief moment to look at our cats. Our clan, unfortunately, has gotten a bit small. And so one of Goose Star's first goals is to add more cats into the clan, whether it is giving birth to new kits or it is asking others to join the kingdom to make it stronger. He wants to see the clan grow now that he is old enough to call himself king. So Goose Star has truly turned into a responsible king, having the responsible trait. He is an excellent fighter. Then we have Wheat Crawl, who, like I said earlier, is very faithful. She's faithful to her clan, faithful to all of the cats, faithful to Sparrow Beam, and faithful to her king, Goose Star. Tangle Freckle is still the medicine cat, who, although is very loving, has not been able to take on an apprentice because he does have that desire to have a noble as an apprentice. Tooth is now with Sparrow Beam and they are living the last of their days together. She is now a senior, but she's happy with her new life. Leon is fairly new and is a peasant after joining. Molefeather recently lost a duel and will remain a peasant, but she's happy to remain in the clan. Clovertooth is still doing well as a noble, although nobles are in short supply and he's starting to panic a little bit. Kodiak is now a knight after winning the duel with Molefeather. Soft Willow was also knighted after winning a duel with his sister, Whisper Pelt. Sparrow Beam is injured right now, but is being comforted by his dear love, Tooth. Plover Buzz is still a peasant, although she does really want to try and be a knight. However, with a scar as bad as she has, she will never be able to take on nobility. Whisper Pelt is feeling a bit lazy today, which is good. Hopefully she won't do anything drastic, but she's still upset about losing that duel. Lilith has been here a long time, formerly a kitty pet, but she has not really had the desire to fight to become a knight. I think she's just happy to be in this clan. Salt is also pretty new, but has decided to mate with the royal doctor, but they'll never be able to have kits as per the rules. Birch Leopard is also a peasant after surviving a tragedy, and that is all our cats. It's all we've got. So I'm gonna really focus on getting some loners and kitty pets to join and see if we can't do some more duels and maybe trials between knights to see if we can get more nobles so Clovertooth is not all by himself. It is the 46th 26th moon. But there is some concerning news. It looks like Sparrowbeam's injury, the broken bone that he has right now, has started to look infected, and Tanglefreckle is very worried, but is keeping a close eye on the infection. Wheatcrawl, our queen, saved Molefeather from a fox, but she did get hurt. However, everyone is mesmerized by her desire to keep even the lowest of ranks safe and still alive in the clan. So 3 of our peasants go out to patrol the border, as it didn't happen in the last moon. So Whisperpelt, Ploverbuzz, and Kodiak all go out and they find a small kit that was left all alone by themselves. Fortunately, they were able to get the kit back to camp, and now we have Tempest Kit, new blood in the clan. So here is little Tempest Kit, who's adorable. A young little male with golden eyes, only 2 moons old, with a marbled pelt, short fur, and he's a bit quiet, probably not really understanding what's going on and why he was abandoned. So we'll get to see what happens with little Tempest Kit. Fortunately, because of Tanglefreckle's hard work and diligence in helping Sparrowbeam, the infection is gone. He is worried about Emmytooth, who has gotten white cough, and because of this, as much as he was in love with Rowanpelt and will always love Rowanpelt, his former queen, he's decided to move on because right now his new love, Emmytooth, needs him, and so he will lay next to her while she recovers from white cough. I just realized I made a mistake earlier saying Kodiak is a peasant. Kodiak is a knight, but despite their knight status, they are going to take Molefeather out on a hunting patrol because they still really want to have a relationship with Molefeather, even though they dueled and Molefeather lost. This was not expected. I didn't think this would happen. So Emmytooth just announced that they're expecting kids. Also, Soft Willow is having a bit of trouble right now. It seems like they're really sick, not feeling well, and have grown agitated because they are getting infection in their wound. Because of that irritation, Salt tried to interject and de-escalate an argument between 2 clanmates, but Soft Willow retaliated at the interruption, and Salt limps away, fresh claw marks scoring their pelt. Soft Willow attacked another clanmate, which is not very knightly, and I think Goose Star is going to keep an eye on him. Sometimes I forget that this game is super brutal. So Emmytooth thinks that they'll have a small litter. They don't believe in the successful completion of her duties while expecting kids and prefer to move to the nursery. So Emmytooth is moving to the nursery. And there's a lot of confusion about what this kit's rank is going to be. So I guess we'll have to figure that out. But then Birch Leopard was burnt alive while trying to save Salt from a fire. So Birch Leopard sacrificed their life so that Salt could live. Molefeather, who was pretty close with Birch Leopard, is heartbroken at the loss of this cat and mourns them greatly. So little Tempest Paw is finally an apprentice and has touched noses with their new mentor, Kodiak. So Kodiak, being the newest knight, is finally getting an apprentice. And although Tempest Paw is a peasant, having been brought into the clan, all of the clan is very excited to see if Tempest Paw could learn the skills to become a knight and maybe eventually become a noble. Emmytooth is so grateful that their adorable single kitten is here. Both thrilled to meet them and thrilled that Sparrowbeam can take a turn parenting while Emmytooth finally takes a little break from the stuffy air of the nursery. So now we have a little kit. The rank is still unknown. It is up for debate. And then Wheatcrawl announces that they're expecting kits. we will have a lineage continue. And here we have little gardenia kit. Gardenia is a beautiful flower. A young male kitten with blue eyes, a medium length speckled pelt, and already this little kit is quite the know-it-all, knowing exactly what they want, which is milk. Now on the 51st moon, Wheatcrawl thinks they're gonna have a large litter, and oh, do I hope so, because we need more nobles in the clan. And even though the firstborn gets first dibs at taking the throne later on when our king and queen are too old to continue, I would really like to have an apprentice to take on being a medicine cat. So hopefully, cross our fingers, there's a bunch of kits, a bundle of kit. This is what I need. Oh my gosh! What? I didn't even think that was possible! Okay, so in the nursery, Wheatcrawl lies suckling a litter of 6 kits. Goosestar watching over them and purring so hard their bodies vibrate. Oh my goodness. Oh my, 6 kits? I need to see them right now. Oh my gosh. So firstly, we have Frosty Kit, a little male newborn with a short classic pelt, a lonesome kitten, so kind of likes to be by himself a little bit, but definitely gonna be an amazing king one day as the firstborn. The next one is Flower Kit, another little male, so runner up for the throne, a short-furred, ticked pelt cat with blue eyes, who's a bit bossy. Then we have Little Lake Kit, our first female, who also has a short speckled coat and blue eyes. But this one's a little insecure. Then we have Finch Kit, the next female, with a Sakoke short fur and blue eyes. All these blue-eyed kittens. But she's a bit noisy. She makes noise when she's hungry. Then we have Little Aster Kit, another little female with a medium coat, speckled pelt, and blue eyes, who's a bit of a bully. And last but certainly not least, the youngest female with a speckled pelt, long fur, blue eyes, and she's also a bit noisy. Look at all the babes! Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. I think the weirdest thing out of all of this is I haven't really had any non-successful patrols, which is super weird. I've had a few where they got injured by fighting off a fox, but I don't really consider that a failure. I consider that protecting the clan. So nobody's getting in trouble. Nobody's losing rank. Nobody's possibly getting banished. Things are looking really good. And now Goosestar proudly calls a clan meeting to honor Emmytooth's service to the clan. It is time for them to retire peacefully to the Elder Den. And now she can live the rest of her life loving Sparrowbeam and loving her kit, Gardenia Kit. And as you can see, our little kits are growing up already. Here is Frosty Kit, no longer a newborn, Flower Kit, Lake Kit, Finch Kit, Aster Kit, and Chirp Kit. So Sparrowbeam and Clovertooth, understanding the desires of the new king, Goosestar, has gone out to the border, making sure everything looks all right, but they also come across a kitty pet who's been sniffing around a bit, and after a bit of convincing from Clovertooth, who is excellent at speaking to cats, this little cat, Chub, has joined the clan. Chub is quite beautiful. She's an adult female with a speckled pelt, medium fur, and green-yellow eyes, with the juniper berries adorning her ear. She's a great hunter, quite playful, and has pretty decent experience for being a kitty pet. It's possible she was an indoor-outdoor cat, which is why she has that experience. But I'm very excited. She's so regal looking. I would love to see her possibly become a noble with enough work and patience. And already she is proving herself. On her first hunt by herself, she ends up catching a rabbit who, despite their speed, was not able to get away from Chub. Because Kodiak is a bit sick right now, they order for Tempest Paw to go out on their own and try hunting. And Tempest Paw is so skilled now that they come back with a little shrew dangling from their mouth. Oh my goodness, I could not have chosen better myself, but the game sometimes just like does the right thing. So to start, Goose Star has been following the progress of Tempest Paw for moons and feels that it is time for them to get their warrior name. They are granted the name Tempest Tooth in honor of their faithfulness. But then, interested in all of the myths and stories told by the elders and queens, Gardenia Paw decides to become a medicine cat apprentice, hoping to someday speak to those gone before. Tangle Freckle loves their determination and eagerness to learn and agrees to take them on as their apprentice. And so even though Gardenia Paw is born from a former royal and a peasant, Tangle Freckle has decided that it would be a great honor to teach a son of Sparrowbeam. And so we now have a medicine cat apprentice. However, a great loss affects the clan. Soft Willow dies from an infection in their broken bone. Sparrowbeam is greatly affected by this loss, wanting to remember Soft Willow before they died of the infection. They fuss over their fur, share tongues with them for the last time, and although many try to comfort the former king, he accepts none of it and just decides to be in silence. Ploverbuzz is also affected by this loss. They decide to mourn alone and nobody can blame them. But with great loss comes new life again into the clan. Leon, who is a peasant who just joined recently, found an abandoned litter, but decides to adopt this litter as their own. The two kits that have joined are Robin Kit, a young female with smoke pelt, long fur, and yellow eyes. She's a bit quiet. And then Fringe Kit, a young male with a ticked pelt, long fur, and bronze eyes, and he's quite the sweetie. Now on the 57th moon, Robin Paw is made an apprentice, and Fringe Paw is also made an apprentice, and Leon has decided to mentor Fringe Paw themselves. And now the time has come for the royal kits to get their mentors. Now I'm going to read through what the game chose. We may change some things here and there, but because we are so lacking in nobles, I have a feeling we're going to have some knights train our kids. So here we go. So Frosty Paw touches noses with Kodiak, which is perfect because Kodiak is a knight, wondering whether this is truly the right path for them. Interesting. So Frosty Paw isn't sure about being a warrior. Flower Kid has always wished to be the hero of their clan, a warrior admired by all. Wheat Crawl hopes, while Flower Paw touches noses with them, that they are going to stay wary of the dangers of their territory and not endanger themselves. So Wheat Crawl, like a true mom, has decided to mentor Flower Kids. Lake Paw sits excitedly beside Clovertooth, another perfect match, as the meeting ends, and hopes they are doing something exciting like battle training first. Their claws are itching to tear at something. Oh my. All right, after some adjusting, I think I have this where I want it. So Frosty Paw, I actually changed from Kodiak to Sparrowbeam because Sparrowbeam was the original king, and Goose Star really believes that he was taught so well by his father that he wants his next in line to be trained by his father. Flower Paw, as before, is being trained by the queen. Lake Paw is being trained by Clovertooth, who is the noble. Finch Paw is also going to be trained by Sparrowbeam. Aster Paw will be trained by Kodiak instead. And Little Chirp Paw is going to be trained by Goose Star. And so there you have it. That is where all of our cats will be for now. And that is all the time I have for this episode. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, tickle and poke that like button, subscribe to join our family if you haven't already, and jingle that bell so you get notified of when I post more clangen videos. I love you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week for more of Moon Clan. Bye!